SpaceX just made a move that shocked the entire space industry. They're retiring the Falcon Heavy, the most powerful operational rocket on Earth, after only 7 years. This rocket generates 5 million pounds of thrust, costs 90% less than competitors, and has never failed a mission. It's making SpaceX millions of dollars every launch. So why kill it? The answer is Starship. But here's what's crazy. Starship keeps exploding while Falcon Heavy keeps winning. SpaceX is abandoning their proven moneymaker for something that doesn't work yet. What does Elon Musk know that we don't? This gamble could change everything or destroy SpaceX forever. Let's dive right in. The rise and fall of a rocket legend, here's what makes this story so unbelievable. The Falcon Heavy wasn't just another rocket. It was a revolution wrapped in steel and fire. When it first launched in 2018, SpaceX did something nobody thought was possible. They took 3 Falcon 9 boosters, strapped them together, and created a monster that would change everything. Picture this, 27 engines firing simultaneously, generating enough thrust to lift a fully loaded Boeing 737 airplane straight up into the sky. That's 5.1 million pounds of pure raw power. But here's the kicker that shocked the entire aerospace industry. Unlike every other heavy lift rocket in history, this beast could land back on Earth and fly again. The numbers were absolutely staggering. While NASA's Delta IV Heavy cost a mind-blowing $400 million per launch, Falcon Heavy delivered the same massive payload for just $90 million. That's like buying a brand new Ferrari for the price of a Honda Civic. The space industry had never seen disruption like this before. But there's something SpaceX never told the public, something they kept hidden from day one. From the moment Elon Musk signed off on this project, he already knew this rocket had an expiration date. The question is, why? The secret strategy behind the success. What most people don't realize, what the media never reported, is that Falcon Heavy was never meant to be permanent. It was a stepping stone, a chess move in a much larger game. Think of it like this. You open a wildly successful restaurant, not because you love cooking, but to fund your dream of building a 5-star resort empire. The engineering challenges were absolutely insane. Coordinating 3 separate boosters to launch as one perfect unit required precision down to the millisecond. One tiny miscalculation and 5 million pounds of thrust becomes 5 million pounds of catastrophic explosion. Yet SpaceX made it look effortless. Every single successful mission proved a devastating point to their competitors. The Tesla Roadster launch? That wasn't just brilliant marketing genius. That was SpaceX showing the entire world they could hit any target, anywhere in the solar system, with pinpoint accuracy. The NASA Psyche mission to a metal-rich asteroid billions of miles away? Perfect execution. Military satellites worth hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars? Flawless delivery, every single time. So here's the million-dollar question that's driving everyone crazy. Why would you destroy this incredible money-making machine? The answer lies in something most people completely misunderstand about SpaceX's true mission. And it's going to blow your mind, the economics that don't make sense. Here's where this story gets really interesting and really controversial. Falcon Heavy generates absolutely massive profits. Each launch brings in roughly $90 million, with operational costs around $50 million. That's a clean $40 million profit per flight. With growing global demand for heavy lift capabilities, this rocket could have made SpaceX billions upon billions over the next decade. But Elon Musk is playing a completely different game than everyone else. While Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and other competitors focus on quarterly profits and shareholder reports, he's thinking about the next 100 years. And in that timeline, Falcon Heavy becomes a massive liability, not an asset. The math is absolutely brutal when you break it down. Operating 2 separate heavy lift rocket systems means double the manufacturing lines, double the specialized ground crews, double the spare parts inventory, double the quality control procedures. Every single dollar spent maintaining Falcon Heavy's infrastructure is a dollar not invested in Starship development. But there's another factor that nobody in the media talks about. The opportunity cost of human talent. SpaceX's absolute best engineers, their rocket scientists and design geniuses, are being split between two massive projects. Half are perfecting yesterday's breakthrough technology, while the other half are creating tomorrow's revolutionary breakthrough. Which brings us to the real reason behind this shocking decision, and it's going to change everything you think you know about the space race. Starship, the monster that changes everything. This is where our story takes the most dramatic turn possible. Starship isn't just bigger than Falcon Heavy. It's not just more powerful. It's a completely different species of machine. We're talking about comparing a horse-drawn carriage, to a Tesla Model S Plaid. Both might get you from point A to point B, but one represents the distant past, while the other represents the future of transportation. The specifications are absolutely mind-blowing. Starship can lift 150 tons to low Earth orbit. That's more than double Falcon Heavy's impressive 63.8 tons. But raw payload capacity, that's just the very beginning of this incredible story. This rocket is designed to be completely, totally, 100% reusable. We're talking about a 50-story skyscraper that launches into space, performs its mission, then lands back on Earth like a gentle giant, ready to launch again within hours. Not days, not weeks, hours. Here's the part that makes traditional aerospace companies wake up in cold sweats every single night. If Starship works exactly as planned, launch costs could drop to an unbelievable $2 million per flight. Let me repeat that number, $2 million. That's 45 times cheaper than Falcon Heavy's current price tag. We're talking about making space access as routine, as predictable, as safe, as international airline flights. The implications are staggering beyond belief, but there's one massive catastrophic potentially company-destroying problem. Starship keeps exploding into spectacular fireballs. The billion-dollar gamble that could destroy everything. Every single test flight that ends in a massive explosion costs SpaceX roughly $200 million. The first integrated test flight in April 2023, spectacular explosion that lit up the Texas sky. The second attempt in November, same devastating result. The third try, another fireball. Industry critics started calling it the rocket that can't stop blowing up. Competitors began whispering that Elon Musk had finally bitten off more than he could chew. NASA officials privately expressed concerns about betting America's space future on unproven technology. So here's the question that's keeping aerospace analysts awake at night. Why would SpaceX abandon their proven winner, their money-printing machine, for something that literally doesn't work yet? The answer reveals the most dangerous bet in aerospace history. A gamble so massive, so all or nothing, that it could either revolutionize human civilization or bankrupt the most successful rocket company ever created. SpaceX leadership is absolutely convinced they're just months away from cracking the code. Each explosion teaches them something critically important. Each failure brings them exponentially closer to breakthrough success. But what if they're catastrophically wrong? What if Starship takes 5 more years to perfect, while competitors like Blue Origin and Boeing catch up with their own reusable rocket systems? This is where Elon Musk's personality becomes absolutely crucial to understand. He's betting everything: his company's future, his personal reputation, his life's work, on his ability to solve engineering problems that have stumped NASA's best scientists for decades. It's either pure genius or corporate suicide. There's no middle ground here. The technical truth that nobody wants to admit. Here's the uncomfortable reality behind SpaceX's shocking decision. The truth that industry insiders whisper about but never say publicly. Falcon Heavy has a fundamental design flaw that can never, ever be completely fixed. It's only partially reusable. The center core booster, the single most expensive component of the entire rocket, rarely survives its landing attempts. It crashes into the ocean at tremendous speed, taking millions upon millions of dollars with it on every single flight. This creates a dirty little secret buried deep in SpaceX's economics. While they advertise massive cost savings through revolutionary reusability, they're actually throwing away the most expensive part of their rocket on most missions. It's like buying an expensive reusable water bottle, but having to replace the entire cap mechanism every time you take a drink. Starship promises to solve this problem completely and permanently. Every single component returns to Earth intact, undamaged, ready to fly again within days instead of months. But achieving this level of perfect reusability requires breakthrough technology that simply doesn't exist anywhere on Earth yet. SpaceX is essentially betting their entire heavy lift business, their reputation, their future, on solving mobile engineering problems they don't fully understand. The challenges are beyond staggering. Re-entering Earth's atmosphere at 17,000 miles per hour while maintaining perfect structural integrity, landing a 50-story building with pinpoint precision in hurricane-force winds, refueling in the vacuum of space using supercooled cryogenic propellants. Each of these represents a Nobel Prize-level technological achievement. Any one of these challenges could take years to solve. SpaceX needs to solve all of them simultaneously while maintaining their current business operations. The Mars factor that changes everything. This brings us to the real reason behind SpaceX's decision, the factor that makes everything else irrelevant. And it has absolutely nothing to do with Earth-based operations. Falcon Heavy, for all its incredible achievements, can't get humans to Mars. It can barely send unmanned cargo to the moon's surface. For SpaceX's ultimate goal of making life multiplanetary, of establishing permanent human settlements on Mars, their current rocket is essentially worthless. Starship changes this equation completely and permanently. With revolutionary in-orbit refueling capabilities, it can carry 100 tons of cargo directly to Mars in a single mission. That's enough supplies, equipment, and life support systems for a small colony's worth of settlers. Falcon Heavy would need 10 separate launches to accomplish the same mission, making Mars colonization economically impossible under current technology. But here's the twist that nobody in the aerospace industry saw coming. Recent internal documents and industry intelligence suggest SpaceX might be running out of time faster than anyone realized. The industry earthquake nobody expected. The ripple effects of this monumental decision extend far beyond SpaceX's corporate headquarters. United Launch Alliance, Blue Origin, European space agencies, Chinese rocket manufacturers, they're all scrambling to respond to this seismic shift. If Starship succeeds exactly as planned, their traditional rocket systems become instantly, completely, permanently obsolete. Imagine spending decades and billions of dollars developing the world's finest horse-drawn carriages, only to watch Henry Ford perfect the automobile. But if Starship fails catastrophically, if the technology proves impossible to master, there's a massive opportunity waiting. Competitors could capture SpaceX's entire heavy lift market share, while Elon Musk's company struggles with their unproven, unreliable, potentially unworkable technology. This has created the most intense, the most high-stakes, the most consequential competition in aerospace history. The winner takes everything. The loser faces potential extinction. Some industry insiders believe SpaceX is making the biggest strategic mistake in business history. Why abandon a profitable, proven, battle-tested system for an uncertain future filled with technical unknowns? But others argue this bold move is exactly what separates SpaceX from traditional aerospace companies that play it safe, follow established patterns, and inevitably fall behind revolutionary change. The next 18 months will determine whether this gamble pays off spectacularly or becomes the most expensive blunder in space industry history. But one thing is absolutely certain. There's no turning back now. The die has been cast. The future of human spaceflight hangs in the balance. And the whole world is watching to see if Elon Musk's impossible dream becomes humanity's greatest achievement or his most spectacular failure. So here we are, watching SpaceX destroy their own masterpiece to chase an impossible dream. Falcon Heavy proved that reusable rockets weren't science fiction anymore. It dominated the market, made billions, and never failed a single mission. But Elon Musk saw something the rest of us missed. He realized that being the best at today's game means nothing if tomorrow's game changes completely. The next few months will reveal whether this was genius or the most expensive mistake in aerospace history. Starship could revolutionize everything we know about space travel, or it could crash and burn like every test flight before it. But here's what really matters. SpaceX isn't just building rockets anymore. They're reshaping humanity's relationship with space itself. Win or lose, they've already changed the game forever. What do you think? Is Musk a visionary betting on the future, or a CEO who got too confident and destroyed his own success? The comment section is about to get interesting. And if you want to see how this space revolution unfolds, you know what to do. The next chapter of this story is going to be absolutely wild.